Hello, Russell here from Ausclimate. I'm here today to talk to you about our Ausclimate dehumidifiers and how these dehumidifiers can help control those moisture problems that you may have. Quite simply, these are room dryers. They're going to lower the humidity level in your room and they're going to remove that unwanted moisture and control those moisture problems for good. One of the biggest problems that people bring to us is the issue of mould. Now sure, mould's unsightly, but it's the health conditions and the health impact that can have on people. So the people I'm talking to are concerned about the mould spores they're breathing in, and not only themselves, but their family. And the terrible health impact that can have, as example, mould illness. So I think we're all aware that mould grows prolifically in the damp environment and a moist environment. So use your dehumidifier, get those levels right down low. And by drying out the rooms and the surfaces in those rooms, you're going to take away the food source of the mould. And of course, in doing so, you'll stop mould from growing back. Another problem that people bring to us, and it's a biggie, is dust mites. Now, dust mites breed prolifically in moist, damp environments such as bedrooms, where you've got your carpets and your mattresses. So in addition to your mould spores, these dust mites and general moisture can be terrible triggers for people with allergies and respiratory conditions such as asthma. So get rid of those triggers and it can be such a great relief. And another biggie that we hear of is condensation. Very common, particularly in the cooler times of the year, winter and so forth. But that annoying water dribbling down the insides of the windows, having to be cleaned up. And not only that, it's a longer term. The damage that can be caused by around the timber frames, your rotting and so forth, all the way down to your flooring, where it could be the skirting board or even your carpets. So again, use your dehumidifier, dry that room out and put an end to condensation for good. Further to those damage issues, we often think about the home or even the whole building as a whole. So we talk to a lot of people who have a lot of issues given their circumstances, and they can be many different things. It could be downstairs area where there's a lack of ventilation, where there's excess moisture. Part of the home may be built below ground level. It could even be the structure of the building. Is it timber or is it brickwork? Is there rising damp? Added to that, all other sorts of things such as which way does the building or rooms face? South maybe doesn't get the amount of sunshine. There could be shaded areas from trees and so forth. And you add to that also the people living in the home. They're washing, they're cooking and adding all that moisture to the rooms as well. So with lack of ventilation or not effective ventilation, those can really contribute to some big issues. And what does that damage look like? Well, you could have wood rot, you can have soiled carpets, need to repaint. Don't even think about that, musty smells as well. So in order to try and remedy that, or to save you those expensive repairs, a dehumidifier will dry your rooms out and it will keep those moisture problems under control. On the topic of musty smells, that's your first sign of excess moisture. So what are those rooms going to look like? They're going to be your bedrooms, they're going to be the walk-in robes and those sort of areas, particularly any areas where the doors are closed up, lack of ventilation. So thinking about the bedroom, that mattress could have litres of moisture in it. So set up your dehumidifier in the bedroom, dry that mattress out, set the dehumidifier up in the walk-in robe and dry those areas out, particularly where all the clothing is. Get rid of those musty smells. While we're talking about wardrobes and walk-in robes and the like, these are obviously areas where we keep our clothing, our footwear, leatherwear, lots of other things that are very moisture absorbent. And I think we can all reflect on the times when we've gone to grab something out of the wardrobe. Might have been our favourite jacket we haven't worn for a few months, and there it is, it's spoiled because of mould or other moisture related issues. So in addition to those sort of treasures, you've got all of the other family things such as your family photo albums, you've got your artwork, you've got your books, you've got your musical instruments. There's just so many things that you're going to have that you hold valuable. And if you're thinking about other rooms, such as even your home office, where you've got all your electronic gear, your computer, TV in the other room, recording gear. As I often say to people, moisture is your enemy. Also think about other places where you've got other storage. It could be a particular storage room you've got in the home. It could even be the garage. You can keep all of these areas dry with a dehumidifier. We've been talking about using dehumidifiers to stop build-up of moisture in the home. But there's also outside the home. Just the other day, a neighbour was asking, how am I going to dry the inside of my pop-up caravan? And the answer, of course, dehumidifier, problem solved. They can be used for other caravans, RVs, mobile homes, even boats. As you can imagine with boats, everything gets very wet. They bring all that wet stuff back into the boat, they need to dry it. So we've even got compact dehumidifiers, ideal for that. So lots of choices. It's about keeping things dry. There's a solution. Another offender when it comes to moisture problems is trying to dry your clothes indoors. Whilst it might seem convenient, particularly if you're time poor, you live in an apartment, perhaps you don't have a clothes dryer, then you'll put them in your room and try and dry them that way. That can be quite a long process, particularly if you've got extended wet weather and things are damp. And where's that moisture going? A solution, of course, is to use a dehumidifier. Not only is it quick and effective for overnight drying, it's economical and it does the job. So a dehumidifier may be ideal for that. Another result of excess moisture is the attraction of pests. We don't often think about this issue, but those pests that are attracted to moisture will include the cockroaches, silverfish, spiders, termites, even ants. So dry those areas out and stop those pests. So for all these moisture problems, use your Ausclimate dehumidifier. Simple, efficient and easy to use. We recommend when you're using them, as you set up in the rooms that we've discussed, preset it at its lowest humidity setting to achieve that deep down thorough drying. And by that we mean get rid of all of that excess moisture in the room. You'll know when you've achieved it. And then of course, you'll do some follow-up maintenance drying as needed. So it's not a machine you use 24/7. You will need to use it from time to time to stop that further build-up of moisture once you've achieved that first lot of drying. Please also check our operating tips for further information. And also, don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help. We'd love to give you any assistance that we can. And I certainly hope I've been of assistance today. Thank you.